Protests are planned at UC campuses, including UC San Diego, as the Board of Regents will vote today on a proposal to decrease financial aid and increase tuition rates. Those opposing the proposal argue the board makes decisions without any input from students and makes education inaccessible. Under the new policy, tuition prices would not be fixed and financial aid contributions would be reduced to 40%. UC officials issued a statement saying this would not affect its mission to help low and middle income families pay for college. Well, with the recent signing of an executive order to help foster youth, attention is turning once again to the challenges facing those aging out of care. The order aims to connect federal and local funding to drive young adults through higher education and career paths. So joining me now to discuss is Don Wells, CEO of Just in Time for Foster Youth. Thanks so much for being here, Don.
Thanks for having me.
I imagine with what you do, when this executive order was signed, you were well aware of it and you have kind of a better handle on what it actually means. Exactly.
Well, the story you just talked about where tuition's going up and financial aid is going down, that's not a recipe for success. We work with young people who've aged out of the foster care system after they turn 18. And for foster youth, the graduation rate from college is pretty abysmal. You know, it used to be like 4 to 6%. It's now maybe up around 10%. But what we found, if we give those young people the resources they need and also connect them to community relationships where they have mentors and coaches, our graduation rate is 75% for those young people. So when I see an executive order that says we're going to support youth, but meanwhile over here we're going to cut resources for them, it's counterproductive.
Yeah, exactly. I know that you're kind of more interested in the long-term solutions and the more kind of the holistic picture, right? So what are some of the things that you think would really help solve this problem? Obviously, your organization is doing a great job, but across the board, what are some of the things that you think would be actual action items that can help?
Well, the thing is, if you look at young people who are not in foster care, what do their parents and their families provide for them to be successful? So they're not living in uncertainty. Right now, there's so much uncertainty in the world, especially for young people. So when you're going from being, a child into adulthood, you don't know exactly what you're going to do. You're trying to navigate that new world. And on top of that, now with institutions like colleges and other kinds of support that are become more uncertain, now that uncertainty is just amplified for the general population. And for foster youth, it's even more amplified because they don't have that family support that other people do that they can rely on. So what we do is we make sure that they have that reliable, responsive community that's going to help them. So, for example, we will have volunteers who will come to support those young people going through college. And when they first meet them at our College Bound event, they say, I will be there at your graduation 4 years from now. So you can rely on me to call you and find out what's going on. If you're going into your dorm, we help them with dorm supplies, and somebody goes there and helps them set it up so that young person doesn't look over and say, how can I be successful? These people have all the support, I don't have that. So now I'm in a place of heightened anxiety, which is not helpful for anybody emotionally, mentally, or physically.
Certainly what you guys do is such a great model for success rates, right, as you mentioned. But when you look at this executive order that was signed, obviously when I read it, it seems kind of vague in nature. So what did you feel your reaction was when you read it? Did it lack a lot of those, specifications of exactly what they'll do?
What I saw, some of it was about doing better data tracking, which is fine to do that. It's always good to track the results that you're looking for, but there was not much in there about actual support for young people. It's kind of said we're going to be monitoring things. But what young people need is to have that reliable support. We say it's resources plus relationships equals that lasting impact that you were talking about before. If you don't have that, then you're just, paying lip service to we're going to support young people. We see them, but we're not really doing the things that are going to lead to that long-term success.
Even though, like you said, there is some conflicting kind of actions here, are you at least comforted at all that there is this executive order and that they're making some sort of an effort to shine a light on it?
So that's a great question, and it's always good if there's a light that's shown so people are paying attention, but sometimes people will say, okay, so that's taken care of, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. And this is a thing that everybody needs to be paying attention to. I will ask people that I go and talk to, if your son or daughter at 18 had to go out on their own without any more help from you, how would they do? And people sort of chuckle because they know that young people still need support. unexpected things happen. And with all the support that they give, there still needs to be that safety net where a young person knows I can take risk, I can go out and try to do things because I know there are people who have my back who believe in me, and that's what I'm going to rely on.
So true. Very well said. Don, thanks for being here, sharing your insight, and of course sharing what you guys do at Just in Time.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you as always.
All right.
Well, culinary high school students are getting hands-on experience this week. Kids at Garfield High School